Which character death hit you differently, and why? Count Olaf in a series of unfortunate events, the books, just something about a man so shaped by his own misery becoming a figure of cruelty and greed, relentless in pursuing the misery of others. He believes all people are this way in reality, and cannot see through the darkness, use his intelligence and skills for good. Then he just dies, unredeemed on a coastal shelf, and no one has anything to say. That's also what I liked about the books as a kid. There was an underlying message of, sometimes terrible things happen and there's not much you can do about it, but try to get out the other side kicking. Ellie, from Up. My so is relatively quiet and I'm the complete opposite, energetic, always have something to say. We've been together for 10 years now and met at 16. I worry that we can't conceive children someday, and that's partly because of a pretty bad miscarriage I had years ago. In turn, I worry about him being lonely and even quieter if I die first. Fred Weasley, fuck man, I cry every single time I read that bit. I think it's because Percy has just come back and they're joking around and then he's dead. I absolutely sobbed watching the movie when Ron realizes he's dead. This is me with Sirius Black. Captain K's death in Jojo Rabbit. Watched it last night expecting the mom to die, but the captain's death made me tear up because it was unexpected. The mom's death got me. I knew there had to be a reason they kept focusing on her shoes. Sam Rockwell was amazing in that role. I don't associate empathy and pathos with Nazis, but damn if he didn't deliver exactly that. No. That and Gujarati, I knew it was coming but it still hurt. Narankia was on a whole nother level of pain, it was so fast and unexpected. Mellish from Saving Private Ryan. It truly captured the brutality of war and the effect it has on individual human beings. Bobby Singer. Thomas J. from My Girl. When Vadu is crying at his funeral, screaming about his glasses. That hits different. Gets me every time. He needs his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. Still cuts. When Stringer Bell died on The Wire, I seriously considered not watching the rest of the series. I'm glad I did continue, but later deaths like Omar and Snoop were no easier. Edit, everybody responding to me is right. Wallace is really the toughest one on the show. I think I just love Idris Elba. D'Angelo's death left me gobsmacked. It's so quick, and that dude who murdered him, Muggs or whatever, just walks out like it wasn't anything. Brutal. How's my hair look, Mike? Boxer, from Animal Farm. He worked so hard his whole life, and to be sent to a glue farm while his best friend screams and runs behind him, chills man. That made me sad too. He was one of my favorite characters in Animal Farm. Almost stopped reading then and there because it hit me so hard. Washburn in Serenity. He was my favorite character from Firefly, and I just wasn't expecting it at that point in the movie. When Kaylee says, "Wait, where's Wash?" That was my first date with my now husband. So on our first date, he got to see me cry. Skeptical. Nell in Haunting of Hill House. The whole Bent Neck Lady episode and the funeral episode were absolute TV masterpieces. The realization of what happened is heartbreaking. I loved you completely, and you loved me the same. The rest is confetti. The dad in the book The Road. Maybe because my son was born just a month earlier, but it was incredibly sad. The father tried so hard to live, to care for his son, who is now alone, in the cold, devastated. The Road really forced me to think. I feel like the post-apocalyptic genre has two subgenres, one in which human society still exists enough that life is worth living, e. Station 11, The Drowned World, and one in which there is no chance of recovering from the degraded state, and in which it might be better to be one of the ones who died, e. The Walking Dead. On its surface, the road is in such a bleak world that it seems to be in the second category, but you feel like an asshole, or, at least, I did, about reaching that conclusion when you learn that the kid's mother actually did commit suicide, abandoning the son and leaving the father to care for him alone. Legion, on ME3. That is heartbreaking, more if you choose to kill him. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.